Hello everyone, and thanks for watching Edupedia World videos. I am Neeti Saxena and I'll be teaching you principles and practices of management. This particular video would explain you the administrative theory of Henry Fayol. I would suggest you before watching this video, you should definitely watch the part 1 and part 2 of module 2 because that covers the initial theories which are the scientific management principles and bureaucratic theory. Once you go through it, then I would suggest you to understand administrative theory, which is given by Henry Fayol. As you can see in the flowchart, initially the first theory which came into picture was scientific management theory, which was given by Taylor. Then administrative management theory. Administrative management theory has two theories, which is bureaucratic theory of Weber and administrative management. Scientific management theory and bureaucracy theory, as I have already mentioned, we've covered in the previous videos. And in this video, I would be covering the administrative management theory, and in the coming videos, we'll cover the neoclassical and modern theories. When we talk about the administrative theory, the major principle or focus of administrative theory was organization rather than individuals, because as I had already mentioned in my previous videos, that initially what happened was that when the employees used to come to the organization, they were just working for their immediate boss. They never knew about the vision and mission of the organization. So administrative theory said that instead of looking into the individuality in the organization, every employee should collectively work for the organization in totality and to meet the organizational goals. Henry Fayol, he divided the manager's job into 5 functions: planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. Let's just understand the first function, planning. Planning is basically when you actually start with some new project, or in case if you're an entrepreneur and you want to set up an organization, the first and foremost thing is to plan, to jot down those particular steps which need to be done in order to achieve the goal, to develop the strategy which would help you in achieving the goal. That is planning. Once the planning is done, once the action plan and the roadmap is clear, then the next step comes organizing. Organizing is related to collecting of all those different resources which are important for the conversion of inputs to the outputs and achievement of the goals. For example, HR, your finance, machinery, all different equipments, all these things you need to accumulate at one particular place, and also you need to place these resources at the right position so that they can be utilized in the best optimum manner, and your goals and objectives can be achieved. Third is staffing. Staffing is basically related to dividing the goals and work in the organization among different employees who are working in the organization in a way that there is no ambiguity in the work and there is no disruption in the work, and the work remains smooth. Once planning, organizing, and staffing is done, next comes directing, which is telling the employees what they actually have to do. Directing them, telling them, guiding them that this is what is required from them, and setting their sub-objectives. Planning, organizing, staffing, directing are the major functions, but also controlling is very important, because once you tell the employees what is to be done and what is expected out of them, it is also very important to keep a check on the employees every now and then so as to analyze whether they are moving in the right direction or not. That is also very, very important. So planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling are the 5 functions which were given by Fayol. These are the 14 general principles of management which actually laid down the foundation of modern management, and that is the reason Henry Fayol is called as the father of modern management. We will go through these principles one by one. Division of labor. Division of labor tells that there should be job specialization. If one particular work needs to be done in 10 subparts, then all those subparts should be given to different employees depending upon the kind of competency that they have. So let's just go through it. Jobs can have too much specialization, leading to poor quality and work dissatisfaction. So division of labor was basically that all the jobs should be divided, and every person should have some kind of job specialization. Second is authority and responsibility. Authority and responsibility are two words which go hand in hand. There is a difference between the word authority and power. Power is not related to a position, but authority comes with the position. So if we all said that with every position in an organization, there is some kind of authority which comes, and in case if you authorize that person to take decision, automatically that person will feel responsible also. So see, both formal and informal authority resulting from special expertise. So every position in the organization, every person working in the organization should be authorized to do certain work, and once he is authorized, he will feel responsible. Unity of command. Unity of command tells that every employee should have one boss. It should not happen that an employee is reporting to two different bosses, or two different bosses are giving him instructions, because if that happens, then the employee gets confused as to whom he has to obey and to whom he has to report to. So every employee should have only one boss, so that there will be clarity of goal setting and clarity of directions as well. Line of authority mentions that in an organization there should be a proper way of communication from top to bottom and bottom to top. A proper chain of command should be there. Every person should know that who is his immediate boss, whom he had to report to. So that authority line or authority chain should be very, very clear, so that there is no ambiguity in the organization. Centralization, the degree to which authority rests at the top of the organization. See, every organization is different. An organization can be highly centralized, it can be highly decentralized also. A centralized organization means that all the authority and the decision making power lies with the top management. A decentralized organization means that the power which was with the head of the organization is being divided at every level depending upon the competencies at every level of the organization. So centralization and decentralization is one concept which Fayol mentioned, that every organization needs to decide that how much centralization and decentralization is required in that organization. For example, when we talk about organizations which have really nice competent employees and they do not require a lot of monitoring, then decentralization happens. For example, when we talk about Google make sure that whatever employees they hire, they are extremely competent and intrinsically motivated. So what happens is that centralization and decentralization is something which was mentioned by Fayol. Next principle which was given by Fayol was unity of direction. Unity of direction means that there has to be a single plan of action to guide the organization, and all the employees should follow that plan of action and should work with each other collectively so that the organization goal can be met. Equity, justice and fair remuneration should be given to employees. All the employees should be treated impartially. There should be no biasness in the organization, because if all these things happen, then employees would be dissatisfied, and in case if employees are dissatisfied, then of course the productivity of the organization would go down. Order, the arrangement of employees where they will be of the most value to the organization and to provide career opportunities. See, it is very important that every employee who is working in the organization, his competencies should be met. His competencies should be utilized. Based on his competencies, he should be given work, and a lot of career opportunities should be given to employees. Just imagine if you are thinking of joining an organization, you will definitely join an organization which gives you more career opportunities, which gives you growth, which gives you such a profile which matches your competencies, rather than joining an organization wherein all these things are missing. Next is initiative, the fostering of creativity and innovation by encouraging employees to act on their own. Fayol said that in case if you let the employees take initiative and if you let the employees come up with more ideas, then it can be fruitful for the organization also, because the more brainstorming that you do, the more innovation that you do with your product, the better the profitability of the organization would be, because the customers would also be satisfied. Discipline, the word itself says that discipline is very important in the organization. Remuneration of personnel and equitable uniform payment system that motivates, contributes to organizational success. See, what happens is that in case if you're working in an organization and there is a lot of salary disparity among the employees, then what happens is that the employees would get dissatisfied. So in case if you want to retain your good employees and you want to increase the retention rate, then the remuneration should be fair. So these are certain principles which were given by Fayol, which were very, very important. He also mentioned about stability of tenure of personnel, that long-term employment should be the focus of an organization. An organization should retain its employees for the longer basis. Why? Because these employees who are working with the organization, they understand the organizational vision and mission very well. So if you keep on changing your employees, or in case if your retention rate is low and attrition rate is high, then it is a cost to the company also. So he said that stability is very, very important. Subordination of individual interest to the common interest, that individual interest should not be kept in mind, rather the organization interest should be kept in mind. So again, it tells the same thing, that individuals who are coming and working in the organization, they do not have to work for themselves or just their immediate boss, but they have to work in collectively in the same direction so as to achieve the organizational goals. Asperity Corps is something which tells you about the team spirit. When the employees are working together, then they should have comradeship and a lot of enthusiasm of working together. A positive team spirit is very, very important. So these were the principles which Fayol mentioned, and these principles laid down the foundation of modern management, and that is the reason he is called as founder of modern management theory. Apart from Fayol, there was another scientist, Mary Parker Foley, who also contributed to the administrative theory, and she defined management as the art of getting things done through people. Her ideas were a little contradictory to the idea of scientific management, as she believed that managers and subordinates should fully collaborate. She said that it is not important that it is only the top management who is formulating the strategy and the lower management is obeying the orders. Whatever decision is taken in the organization should be a collective decision in which even the subordinates become a part of that decision, and a lot of suggestions can be taken from the subordinates as well. So this is something that she mentioned, which is also very important. Her ideas were formulated in 3 principles. Functions are specific task areas within the organization. Responsibility is expressed in terms of an empirical duty, and she also mentioned about authority. Responsibility and authority is something which we've already discussed when Fayol also mentioned about these 2 terms. Functions are specific task areas within organization means that the appropriate degree of authority and responsibility should be allocated at every level of the organization so that the task can be accomplished. For example, let's say if you're going to a shop and you want that particular salesman to give you a discount. Now that salesman knows that this discount can be given, but he doesn't have the power to take the decision. So of course he'll go back to his boss, he'll ask, then he'll come back to you. As a customer, you'll feel dissatisfied. Why? Because your time also got wasted. Now, if you empower that salesman to take some kind of decision at his own level, of course, then the work would get smooth. So, Mary Parker Follett said that in an organization at every level, some kind of power distribution is responsible. With power, in case if you distribute that power, those employees would get empowered, and with that, of course, their belongingness towards the organization would increase. So with this, I can say that we have come to the end of administrative theory. So far, in the 3 videos of module 2, we have discussed the classical theory, and I would suggest you to also watch video 4 of module 2, which would explain you the neoclassical theory, which is related to the behavioral aspects. Thank you so much for watching this video.